CIN is proud to present.
CIN presents Perspective with Ronnie Thwaites.
This is Perspective, and it's entitled A Memory of Federation. When people from the English-speaking Caribbean are in the USA, or Canada, or the United Kingdom, our hosts do not usually differentiate between us according to our island origins. We are considered all as West Indians, Caribbean people, and sometimes Trinis and Bajans get lumped with us and all are called Jamaicans, just because we are so enough, you know. It's only when we are among our own that the distinctions are allowed to emerge, most often to our own disadvantage. What's the point? Well, I confess to be an unrepentant federalist as far as the West Indian islands and people are concerned. I remember feeling proud for the few years, about 50 years ago, when we were crafting a federated future. The dream, almost realized and then aborted because of insularity and false nationalism, was to lace together an archipelago of people with a common history, language, and aspiration, where the talents and resources of each would be pooled for the benefit of the collectivity. We didn't see it clearly enough then, but the way the European nations are working things out in union now, but with respect for national differences, is turning out to be a model of what we might have been. Now, is this just nostalgia, or are there advantages still open to us if only we would act together? Think of industrial production. What if Jamaica's bauxite and alumina could have been refined to aluminium with Trinidad's energy? What if Guyanese and Belizean lands were to become the bread baskets for Caribbean corn, soya, and cereals? Maybe it's happening despite our reservations. Look at the vibrant partnership which now blends Caribbean Airways' financial strength with Air Jamaica's flair and service. Go figure the tremendous asset which is the regional character of the University of the West Indies. Not to mention the pedigree, even if a bit rusty in present times, of the West Indian cricket team. Which Caribbean person did not cheer for Usain Bolt in China? And what an enhanced chance we might have at World Cup football if we fielded a team made up of the best of all the islanders. Well, I can dream, can't I? But perhaps you guys who live in the diaspora can help us island people to overcome some of the small-mindedness that afflicts the rest of us. Is the age of the microstate waning in the face of the global economy? Would it not be easier to control and regulate the seriously depleted Caribbean environment if we operated with greater synergy? Tell me, what of the essence, the real core of being a Jamaican or an Antiguan or Trinidadian would of necessity be lost were we to take regionalism more seriously? The region, even now precariously doubtful about a single market, let alone an integrated economy, has had no shortage of spoilsports. Truth is that Jamaicans sometimes have been among the foremost of these. Listen with me to the sophistry coming from the Jamaican Prime Minister and many parliamentarians for not acceding to the jurisdiction of the high-quality Caribbean Court of Justice in place of the reluctant services of the British Privy Council. As Caribbean people, we can be proud of how special we are, yet realistic of the world context in which we live, and the indisputable fact that we're much stronger when we commit to act together than when we separate. Reggae and soca do not lose their specialness by being owned and enjoyed by all of us. My perspective is that we should wheel and come again on the issue of regional cooperation. Build from the ground up this time. The superstructure of institutions will follow organically over time, and the practical linkage of our students artists, business persons, and lovers will bind us together. The Blue Caribbean can be our agent of bonding rather than a symbol of our separateness. This then is a challenge to all of our national organizations to be humble and progressive enough to begin another round of serious discourse on regional cooperation, and then on to regional unity. Political federation may not come in our lifetimes, but the concept is a worthy ideal after all.
That's Perspective with Ronnie Thwaites.